Hi. Some famous man once said, "We teach what we want to learn. We teach what we want to learn." And I think that's the case with me when I talk to you about retirement. Because I'm not an expert, I've never really studied this subject. My knowledge comes from, and my knowing comes from simply actual experience, actually having been retired for 28 years. Now, I've said this in all my videos so far to let you know that I've been retired for 28 years. Took redundancy at 59 and I'm now 87. So what do I want to talk to you about in this one? I think one of the most important things in retirement, something always at the back of our minds, is our health. We know that our health will gradually wind down. We're a bit like a blossom on a rose tree. We bud, we flower, and we wilt. This is a fact of life. But the wilting can be put right off, right back to the very end. Maybe the last few hours, days, weeks of our life. We could be blossoming all the rest of the time. It is possible. So how do we do it? We need to keep both mentally and physically fit. Now, I'm just going to talk about the physical side of it at this time. In order to keep physically fit, we know we have to eat a reasonably good diet, not junk food all the time. We don't have to go overboard. We can still have a beer. We can still have a wine. We can still have that piece of cake when we have our coffee. No need to give up those things. They are pleasures in life. But we do need to keep our bodies strong. And this means exercise. Now, I go to the gym twice a week, and I'm there for about an hour and a half. Whilst there, I ride a bike to nowhere for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, as the case may be, to get the old lungs working a bit and the heart pumping. And then I pump iron on the weights, and then I do a few stretches and I come home. Twice a week. Is it a lot? Not really. Add it all together, it's about 3 hours a week. But I add to that. On other days, I go for brisk walks and sometimes just a stroll. It's all part of living in life. Find a nice quiet spot. I walk through the grounds of a local university, which is very good here, especially when the students aren't there. Nice and quiet, plenty of wildlife and birds around. So there's that part of it. Keeping the body strong, because doing that means you keep your bone density up. And then there's the other side to it. You need to keep your body sharp and supple. How do you do that? Do some yoga stretches. If you can stand up and reach over and touch your toes, put your fingers on tips on the ground, you're doing pretty well. I know a chiropractor said to me many years ago when I'd hurt my back, he said, "Tom, you're only as young as your spine is supple." That's a big lesson. You're only as young as your spine is supple. Now you know and I know that your spine, your backbone, from it comes all the various nerve endings to various parts of your body. So keep your spine supple. How can you do that? A few regular yoga stretches. You don't have to go overboard. Maybe a 15-minute, 20-minute stretch workout. A couple of times a week, once again. Doesn't seem much. You work it into your routine. Okay, so there's this side of it. Keeping the body supple and strong. You might think, why? Why have I got to do that? The objective here is this. You need to be fit enough to forget about your fitness. You need to be healthy enough to forget about your health. Put it on the back burner, as they say in Australia. Don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on any illnesses and sicknesses you think you might have. Certainly, go to the doctor when you need to, and you know and I know, as you get older, certain things are not working quite as well as before. Getting up to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, for example. And as time goes by, it seems whenever you go to the doctor, you get more and more pills to take. Take the pills. Don't neglect them. Once again, I'm saying here, your health should be good enough so that you can forget about it and get on with living. Developing habits as early as you can is helpful. For example, I started going to the gym at 20, and on and off, not continually, but on and off throughout my life, I've been doing that. And a year before I retired, or a few months before I retired, back in 1995, I started going back to the gym regularly and have continued it ever since. It takes discipline, but it does pay off. It does pay off. People say, Tom, I don't believe you're 87. I can assure you I am. But I'm pretty fit for 87. I don't have the bodily strength and stamina that I used to have. And you know you're getting older when you have a lie down in the afternoon, a bit of a doze for an hour. These are the progressions of life. Retire as early as you can when you've got the go-go, plenty of energy, plenty of zest. That's the time to do all the travels. That's the time to involve yourself with new friends. And then, of course, the go-go becomes the go-slow. You don't walk as far. There was a time you'd take in a 10-kilometre hike with no trouble. Now it's a 5-kilometre hike and it pushes you around a bit. You might like to take up cycling, for example. Cycling, riding a bicycle. Great. Anything that will keep you fit, going outside. Remember those big leg muscles which stick out the bottom of your body, they're not meant to spend most of their time sitting under a chair, even though we do. We spend most of our time sitting in cars, sitting watching TV, sitting in front of the computer, sitting down here, sitting down there. Fine. Just so long as you get up occasionally, stretch the legs, walk, get puffing, get so fit. Not athletically fit. You don't have to be an athlete. But fit enough to forget about your health. That way you will enjoy your retirement. It's an important thing. We know that many people, that's the biggest concern when they're coming up to retirement. Will my health hold out? It'll hold out longer if you help it do so. I hope you got something out of this video.